Stephen, this is so interesting to me because I don't know what problems radiation poses in the physical world outside of the sort of the problems that living creatures have with it. What do you have to design around for a radiation-proof robot?
Well, it's the radiation itself. The radiation, the intense radiation that you see at Fukushima, I imagine, is so large that it pretty much would fry normal electronics. And the Fukushima robot, I understand, can last 10 hours exposed to the intense radiation, and its electronics will survive, not be damaged.
And the scorpion-like shape, what is that all about?
Well, I'm not exactly sure, but I guess it's like a pull type of design. That is to say, the robot was probably specifically designed for the Fukushima plant, rather than, like in the 1990s, robots were developed to be universal, that they could be applied to different kinds of nuclear power plants. But this one, I think, was designed strictly for Fukushima, and we call it a pull type of design. And it's probably been very carefully made small with a scorpion back to provide lighting so that it could get into the areas that they know exist throughout the plant.
Right. I wonder also, just in terms of designing robots for the purpose of hostile environments, are there lessons that can be learned there that will be applied to other things like space exploration and so on?
Well, space is a hostile environment. I work for NASA. My company has put some devices on the rovers that are on Mars now. Mars is extremely hostile. It's very, very intensely cold at night. There's almost no air, and it has to operate. These things have to operate perfectly all the time, day in and day out. And we're developing equipment for robots that someday will go to Venus, where the surface temperature is 900 degrees Fahrenheit, and the atmosphere is sulfuric acid. So these are hostile environments, too.
So these will not be made of paper mache, then? That's kind of out?
That's paper mache is out.
So what do you do? Is this a material science issue? Are the things like the gears that they work with and so on have to be designed to have, I don't know, more leeway or more give or less? Talk to me about this.
They're extremely robust. You're right. The electromechanical systems have special lubricants. It is a material science issue, especially in the case of Venus. We developed actuators that can survive these temperatures. On the Earth, the highest temperature an electric actuator can survive is about 270 degrees. And these actuators that survive almost 1,000 degrees are simply made of new materials that no one has ever tried before.
I also wonder, in terms of artificial intelligence, you've got enormous new resources being attached to artificial intelligence and machine learning, and great concern around that. But maybe the chance for robots to benefit from that too.
Robots to benefit from artificial intelligence developments?
Yeah.
Well, sir, my goodness, yes. I mean, you have essentially.
You're welcome. You're welcome to say "duh" to me if I deserve it.
Well, look, I mean, to me, AI and robotics are co-joined. I mean, it's you could look at the robot as sort of a platform for artificial intelligence, if you will.
Yeah, and yet there are also new concerns about it. We've heard voices like Bill Gates or Elon Musk. He had this interesting quote saying, and let me read it to you, with artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon. You know all those stories where there's the guy, the guy with a pentagram and the holy water, and he's like, yeah, he can control the demon, but it doesn't work out.
See, to me, this is a problem that I never thought was a problem. But when I hear that Stephen Hawking and Elon Musk are worried about these things, I had second thoughts. To me, this is the classic small problem, huge consequence model. It's like the killer asteroid striking the Earth. The odds of that happening in the next 100 years are almost infinitesimally small, but the consequence would be catastrophic, the end, perhaps, of human life on the Earth. So you do take measures, and we are taking measures to detect and deflect asteroids from the Earth. Similarly, I think what Musk and Hawking are saying is it may not be probable that it's going to be a problem from AI machines and platforms taking over, but the consequences would be just awful. So they are taking precautions.